Oh. Trust and obey. There is no other way to be happy in Jesus than to trust and obey. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. What I want to just mention here today is what you've already know. You've already know about all my prophecies. I'm not a pastor, but the Spirit of God, Jehovah, ministered to me in some way. And the reason why is because I told you my humility is 100%. I listen to kids, to that, to bed, to anybody that want to train me in the way of the Lord. That is how I get inclined. That is how I get my inspiration. That's how I listen. Cockroach, ordinary cockroach. If God says you should minister to me, I'm ready to listen. Who is me? Èmi erùpẹ̀ lásán tó ṣe lénìyàn. Erùpẹ̀ lásán tó ṣe lénìyàn. Erùpẹ̀ lásán. I mentioned it to one British woman one day that small rodent, rat, can minister to you when you are so humble, when you know what God really wants you to do. You can keep yourself down to the state and to the originality of yourself. How do we become what we become today? It's not by our own grace, it's by God's grace. Yeah, the weather is so hot today, but I like it. I've told you people, especially you obedient, because I always pray for the change you want in Nigeria. But my pain is I have mother in Nigeria. My brother, very stickingly poor. They were not rich, being pastor, being anything. But one of the things I realize is that you don't force God's hand. It's about process. Jesus Christ is process. Don't you at me, Otito? My time is not yet. Why are you forcing me, ma'am? Even when his mom talk, just listen to him. Whatever he told you to do, just do it. Why is Jesus Christ waited for so long before he began to do the time of manifestation? This is the manifestation time. I've told you this is not a prophetic time. This is the time for everybody to look for the mercy of God over all your environment, because you think that the pastors are the one, they are fake. No pastor is fake. Oh. No pastor is, the mercy of God is absolute grace, prophecy of God. The mercy of God is absolute prophecy of God. If somebody say you are going to die and you don't die again, does that mean that God, you can change God? If somebody say this guy will die before the inauguration day and he still live 100 years after that time, 30 years after that time, who are you to say God doesn't know what God is saying? You are just being sarcastic, the way you see things, the way you've been emotionally drawn away. And let me tell you, I will always say that because people that want to listen will learn from God. Will learn from God. So I like you so much, especially for the subscription you've been doing. Just like and subscribe to my channel. You've been so much supportive. Like and subscribe to my channel. That place is good. There's nothing wrong with that place you are. It's just mentality and some. I've told you about journalism. Journalism is a problem to all of Africa. Journalism is a problem. The kind of education we had might not be able to solve the problem that we are having now, because beyond the uh, your arithmetic and all these statistics you are bringing out, I don't want to hear about your statistic. Because all these things it can make you crazy at times, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me at times, because when you say statistic is right, it's right in some aspects. That is where in the environment that works, in the environment that works. When you say statistic now, it works for them in UK. But UK is okay already. You are talking about statistics in a country where everybody has status quo is very wrong. Everybody understand. And you talking now about if you are only journalism and everybody we are just as corrupt as the people you are talking about. So if God want to be marking the corrupt people, you think the journalism is going scot-free? They are the most corrupted. You don't know anything. You know how many times I've been to, don't let me just talk about that because I've been to so many radio stations. That money you got nothing. And no, before do yomu. You are talking to him. I'm not a kid. If I come online to come, I don't just come to make. But the reason why I told you last time is it's wrong to be rich or poor. There's nothing wrong to me to be rich. For you to be rich. In as much you make your riches in the right way. What is wrong is that when people begin to castigate you, like you are doing this, that is when I begin to have problem with people. That Bola Ahmed Tinubu become president, he had all the money already. He want to colonize everybody under his colony. Then let us be under his colony. I'm ready to be under his colony. Ògbóni òṣìṣẹ́ ò jẹ́ no tó tún sọ̀rọ̀ láì dá. Olówó wa ń gbé kó bóun ṣe kó o lè rí ọ̀nà títí ẹ bá lọ. Ó ní pé no. Do you think that God will use the point you like, is so much love to help you? You know what they call disappointment? It comes from God. The child, the children you love, the friend you love, the brother you love, they will always give you disappointment because you can look up to God. Only God you can look up to, not any human being. Say, I will lift up my eyes to those, say, where does my help come from? Your help comes from the Lord, not from anybody, not from even Bola Tinubu. It's just being opportune to be successful to be your president. And even if his time is good and you are okay during that time, because you are opportune, you are given and you are forgiven, you are given by God's grace. That is why you are successful. So he's successful to be there. And the time of him is the successful time God said he want to use to bring out, to faction out something out of the place where there's nothing. So you should recalibrate your mentality. I don't understand because it's for me too. I don't feel like this man can do anything, but I never work. I don't live by what I see. I don't live by what I see. My environment they don't determine who I am. What you call me don't determine who I am. I know what I am by myself. That is what you should know by yourself. The person you are talking to, you are talking about as a journalist, as a person. Most of these people, even to have a single wife, they never got married. They will just begin to analyze it like if his life is that simple. I don't understand. You know when we are growing up, our parents married three wives, and they all went to church. We know there is prayer, but you can never know because the father is the father because of humility and the love he had for everybody. But now, because everybody to your home, to your this thing, life are becoming so coco jabili. On my own, you are on your own. That is why I said, oh, your empire will rise up again. If you want to be on your own, you should be. But some analyses are so critical, and if you don't mind what you say, what you're trying to help, you may end up destroying it. What you are trying to do, you may end up destroying that thing. First Timothy said, 33 said, if you destroy, abanijẹ́ ènìyàn tó ń báyàn jẹ́ kiri, ọjọ́ tó bá dẹ́kun àti banijẹ́ la ó bá ọ jẹ́ o. Abanijẹ́ ènìyàn tó ń báyàn jẹ́ kiri, ọjọ́ tó bá dẹ́kun àti banijẹ́ la ó bá ọ jẹ́ o. Is anything wrong in being rich? In being rich, is anything wrong? When you have your own money, because you are in process of waiting now, is anything wrong about that? I have to say, yeah, you have tried. I work with process. What I believe this guy for is because of process, 30 years of staying for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If he now become president, I don't know what God want to use him for. He's too old. You may say he's a sickler. Am I not like him? What did I get to know? Shanu for me. You don't know anything. Your education don't give you a proper orientation. That is my problem with Nigerians. You just have education that work for British that doesn't work for you. The kind of analysis you give to us is not the kind of analysis we need, my brother. What we need is how to make things work. The environment that nothing works, how to provide for yourself by yourself. You kill economics in the school and you said you don't know anything. You kill history from the school and you said you want to legalize you can live anywhere. All these things, home economics, technical school, they're supposed to be where people are oriented. We live in technical school. When the light went off, the boys there, they make the light for themselves like 3 days. And the light is not everywhere. Yes, where are all those boys? They are no longer existing. They are looking, they are becoming Yahoo boy now. Everybody want to. So what are you making? What are you fabricating? Those who learn metal and fabrication now are becoming Yahoo boys. And that is all what everybody we are doing. If you go to church, what you want in the church? Yeah. The pastor just the money just coming into my account. I believe in process. I don't believe in Yahoo life. I believe in people that I believe in things that is sustainable. That is why I stay in the country that is sustainable. Because what is not sustainable is you telling me what I know that the repercussion will be too enormous for me to be here tomorrow. If you want, Adi Bido Bibi become a president by this time, there will be issues that we'll never be able to solve. Yoruba will be on his own. Hausa will be on his own. Igbo will be on his own. If that is your mission, then there will be a lot of killings. That is what so many pastors see that time. They cannot be able to interpret it very well. That is the problem. They couldn't be able to interpret what is going on. So when they say they know what they are saying. But hypothetically, God is so merciful. I can just tell you because I'm talking at caveat. If you like, when I talk about Trump is free now. Am I a politician? Do you want to hold me for loving somebody? Because that doesn't mean that you may hate him, you may call him a criminal, but to me, he's a president. To you, it may be a criminal. To me, it's a president. You take the blame. Let them take the fame. That is me. I don't criticize people. Who are the people that criticize? Are they better than the one you are talking about? Everyone is ready to change his mind to work according to rule and regulation. And you see, because you don't give people a try, that is why you lost the first wife, second wife, third wife. You say the woman are the same thing. Because you don't give it a try, that is why you leave Nigeria, you go to America, the same thing. You go to Dubai, the same thing. You travel all over the world. You say all those countries because you never learn to stay. Jacob stay in his in-law house for so long years before he gained the gain of the pain he had in that place. You don't want to stay. You don't want to gain the gain of the pain by just living that I don't take clash. You don't take shit. That's why people are cheating you. That's why life will rob you and cheat you of what you don't know about. Because life is a cheat. Life is a shit. That is why Donald Trump called Africa a shithole. And if you want to live in a shithole, that is where you see cockroach, very buoyant, very vibrant. Why do you see me? I grew up in Africa. I'm an African. I feel the strength in me like you don't understand what you mean. Because where there is nothing, there is something there. Because you don't know how to fine tune what you have, how to make it marketable, how to make it all right. The same country you are, that is when Baba Oyedepo is. See the old church Baba is building now. Did he take money from you? He said he's taking. I'm a winner. Since I have been in that church, I can tell you the amount I've paid in that church. How much have I paid? See my life. Because you don't want to be evangelized to. You believe your mentality. You have been so crook and you have a little thing, a little change. You can call change. But when it's tithing, you say, no, there's nothing like tithe unless you are a student. If you have been blessed to that extent and you don't call for tithe, then it's within you and your God. I'm talking generally today because today is an happy day. So I don't want to spoil anybody's mood. But I still love those I love. You can't change my mind about that. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is still my guy. No matter how you have criminalized him, Trump is still my guy. No matter how you criminalize him, they say I like criminal. Yes, I've been confident several times. So many friends have called me thief, robber, even without doing anything. I look at them, they still beg for the thief, my money now, thief money, to give you money. So how did they say that? Because they were the thief. They know what they are doing. They want you to be like them, which you will never be. Be yourself. That is what I'm telling you. To be best of yourself is to be yourself and to work on yourself. How do you work on yourself? Going into Bible, meditation, and reflection will make you the best of who you're supposed to be. You see, this brain, there is no attack than to attack your brain. If your brain are being attacked, that is why I talk about same sex that day. Your body will be attacked, your energy will be attacked. But if God give you brain, God give you knowledge, and you have power, forget about it. Because I don't see a Nigeria where everybody can sideline and say this is not a country. I don't see a Nigeria where you will see it in 20 years today and say it's never supposed to be Tinubu spoil Nigeria and somebody. Somebody have to lay foundation for good thing. And if it has to be, it's not the people that you trust, honestly. Those you even trust are the most disappointed. They will disappoint you. You don't trust Buhari. That's when I begin to understand God, the theory of God. I voted for Buhari myself. I voted for him. Now see what you are talking about, that man. And that man even worked. He worked a lot because that is when I can realize I can leave Nigeria and live anywhere all over the world because the prayer is too much. So when somebody help you to grow in your faith, to live where you are, your convenient place, to look out for what you don't know, that is why you can hear me today. If not, if I'm still in Nigeria, I will still be doing my work, eating my gari and neba, eating my tuwo, and drinking the 2 bottles of all these things. Drink palm wine, drink this thing from one joint to joint. You will never know God. So don't say because somebody is there, and Tinubu is there, Nigeria is not going to better. Even if it better, you are not going to see it because you are not a faithful servant. You are made to be corrupted mind, and you cannot gain anything. If you have a doubtful mind, you cannot gain anything from God. That is what I'm telling you. Tinubu time will be the time that people will say, we have seen this guy. You don't. I've seen all of them ganging up. They look like all of them thief to you, thief, right? They all stealing your money. How do you want them to pay back? Those who hold you as captive remind you to sing a song. But the problem you always have is that you can not forgive. It happened with all the family. That is why Igbo, to be president, you have to let go a lot of things. You have to let go a lot of things. That is why I told you that obedient. You like Obi? I like him too. I like a young guy, a man that I know that can. But I believe in process much, and I don't labor unnecessary labor again. If God says it's not liking you, I cannot like you. Yeah, yeah. There are some journalists I never like them because they never. I don't even believe they are going to church or they are good Muslim because I know some good Muslim. If they come from people I know, the way they narrate things to me, I easily understand them. But when you see a journalist talking, and he's talking from, when you see a journalist talking, Don't pressure yourself on blood pressure what he's saying is based on fat and this thing, fat or what. What they are saying is just to make you get annoyed more. But I always tell you, there's nothing wrong in you being rich. There's nothing wrong in you doing the normal thing. The problem we begin to fine tune is that when you begin to listen to what other people are doing, you know why our father, my grandfather, were more richer than my father? Because they don't listen to news. All this bad news that people are giving you will wreck you down. You don't give me bad news. Anytime I wake up in the midnight and begin to see something like Olori Buruku, I pray throughout that night because I know it's negativity. Journalists will bring negative things to you for you to just shower your brain to just make you relent from your mission. Then you listen and you believe that that's the best they can say. If the journalism were not cautioned, they can destroy the whole country, the whole world, honestly. If they were not cautioned. Because what they see is not what we see. That is how they talk about TB Joshua at that time. They talk throughout until the guy becomes so much famous. And as they are attacking him, as he's paining them, they pain the guy, then there won't be anything. Generally, it's the same problem that Baba Oyedepo. Baba Oyedepo was one of the people that first attack from all these young boys who just become journalists, who don't have any experience. Those you see that people respected. Even Tinubu that you see, being a Muslim, he respected some pastor. He respected Baba Adeboye. But you will just come online, you begin to talk about the pastors, talk about them. Ẹ̀dá kò lè sọ kíkorò aago tó lùgbàlà mú kẹ́lẹ́ṣẹ̀ léyìí. Ẹ̀dá kò lè sọ kíkorò aago tó lùgbàlà mú kẹ́lẹ́ṣẹ̀ léyìí. If you know the pain these people pass through because you can become successful, that you can hold on, you just talk that they were the one that politicized, polarized the country. Did they ever mention to you who is going to be your president? Before they still in the obedience and obey all those, they just come up from the church and be saying they were the next one. And it took on so by confessing faith tabernacle. You confessing what you're supposed to be. It's not about I will with God say. You should know. You should know. When I try everything, my wife said no, it's not good. I say it's not going to work. I said it will work. This thing will work. This thing will work. One of my friends he wanted to travel and he told me maybe. I said, don't. I just cut him off. Don't say maybe with me. I don't say maybe. I don't prophesize maybe on my own prophecy. It's just about certainty of God. You God say, no, you have chosen yourself and you agree with me. My spirit agree with your spirit. Then what I will discuss because all other gods, they were the work of men. You are the only God, Pastor. There is no like you. There's none like God. There's none like God. When I begin to hear Obi and other people saying they are about to, I know they will. This is the time for manifestation. You begin to converse it. And when anytime you see negative, just come against it with prayer and fasting because something wants to happen with you. One fake guy in here. You begin to talk, is it a fraud? You see? If it is a fraud, come against it immediately. Let them restore your money. Let them restore your money. My money was taken this morning. I said, what buy me? I say, what buy me? Never, it will never happen. They restore within 3 hours. I just went to church. I put this money. I put my phone number. I say, "What buy me? What buy me?" It will never happen. It's just about your confession. What you confess will always come back to you, and that is why I've told you to walk with God is a process to get that progress. Joseph don't suddenly become successful. He's staying in that terrain, in that prison for a long time to understand the ways of the Egyptians. The same thing, Jacob in his in-laws' house. He suffered a lot. When you see people going through that tenure, it's about sustainability. Èyí tó bá máa pẹ́, what is kó dùn kó pọ̀ kó pẹ́, kó dùn kó pọ̀ kó pẹ́, Olúwa ló ń ṣe é fún ni, kó dùn kó pọ̀ kó sì pẹ́ o, ọba Olúwa ló ń ṣe é fún ni, kó dùn kó pọ̀ kó pẹ́, kó dùn kó pẹ́. I don't see Baba Obe. Baba Obe will be able to use that high tone very well. Chief Evangelist Obe. Kó dùn kó pọ̀ kó pẹ́. Because I love that. You know one thing, it's my music, but that's the tone is the melody is from my own take about life is that sustainability. I don't believe in what you drag. Ó ní ohun àfẹsọ̀mú kan wọ́n ti ní kì í bàjẹ́ tẹ́ntẹ́n. Ohun àfagbára mú tútù ló ń tuni lára. Ẹ jẹ́ ká pé Jésù kó bá wa ṣe o. Torí pé Jésù ló dá wa o. So ohun àfẹsọ̀mú kò ń bàjẹ́. What you take with ease, you do with ease. It's always sustainable. That what you stress yourself and you destroy the whole thing. Now we have come unto you. Those we love and respect now mock us to our face. That is Williams Wordsworth poems. Now we have come back to you. Those we love and respect. I don't know. David Nkrumah. Yeah. So why am I saying this? Because we are so much carried away by what is happening around us. Your environment may have problem. You may not have problem. The same Nigeria you are is the same Nigeria Baba Adeboye and Oyedepo is still their life. They are still building. And you still criticizing these people. I'm among you 10 years ago that they are using our money. Now I've joined the group. I've joined the band of the big boys all over the world, not only in Nigeria. Big boy, king, the royal priest, that nobody will be able to stop. So what are you talking about? What do you know that God don't know more than you? So somebody tell you that, forget. If Obi want to become president, he has to respect the same president is there now. You respect him, but you are dragging with God. Because by dragging with God, if you are dragging what I said, that means you are dragging with God. I'm not God, but anything I tell you is not me that is saying it. I will not like somebody more than what people like. But I have seen that there's nothing like democracy because it's all crazy all over the world. Democracy is all crazy. And God don't live in democracy. Let's go back to kingdom, to monarch. That is where God lives. There is where gods live with that thing. Because have you ever seen God speaking to any president? God don't choose the president. You look at the Queen of England. Whenever the Prime Minister was installed, he kissed the hand just to see that she empowered the person. So you are just there, and you never see sustainability here. That's what I'm talking about. You see sustainable environment, sustainable economy. Go back to the kingdom. The Tinubu you are saying, Tinubu have gone to all the king in Yoruba land. And I've seen before that time that all the kings that have died rose up again, even the one that recently died before that time. They rose up and they begin to argue that it's Yoruba time to take the mantle. So what do you want to do about that? What do you want to do about that? I think God said that is the time. There is nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is just to wait. Be patient and be prayerful as a Christian. That is what we know as a Christian. Those God can speak to the mind of the president and give you your presidency. You don't know God. You don't know God. the person that owed you at ransom will be the one paying you and become ransom to you, because you don't know, you don't verify God. You are just verifying what you have done. What you have done in the whole time, you go and check your antecedent. What antecedent have you done? I don't feel it. The impact of what I feel is poverty that all of you caused to Nigeria. Obedient, Tinubu, and everybody. Even the whole of the senators and everybody. But I still have them as friends. I still pray for them because it's not them. It's about the environment we find ourselves. It's about the non-entity that we are trying to claim because we want to become entity. And we want somebody to subdue some people. But now it's time for us to realize that no, it's no longer going to work like that. It's no longer going to work. God say his mighty hand is in Nigeria now. No journalist should just talk any rubbish, because what you're going to cause may be what you will be everlasting damages to hold the world. The world is becoming more globalized. You don't know. And I don't know. But what I know is that God is so merciful. That Nigeria will sit one day, and you will see, in no meantime, you will sit with those who think they have already, there is no developed country yet. We are still developing all over the world. We are still developing. Even Trump confirmed the same thing. Donald Trump, former president, that we are still developing all over the world. All over the world. We are still developing. There's no law that have been able to cater for the needs of everybody the way everybody want to be. So we are still developing. Work on yourself. Work it out. So why are you still gomani about what everybody say and what people say about you? You will just find out that you are disoriented. That is why I told you, go and learn the way of God. The way of God is not the will of man. The will of man is just to have everything for himself. But the will of God is that after you've gotten all, you will still give it out to those who don't have. But to those who can give it out, you think, when I told you last year that Yoruba land will rise up, or your empire is coming again, I told you about about 3 prophets that they should go and pray in Ibadan, 3 places, like 3 roads, where the 3 roads met in Ibadan. I told you all those things, but nobody want to listen. And I thank God, because as nobody listening, I have mouth now to say it, and to go for you to go and verify, because what you don't know, you don't know. God have told me, and I thank God, because they later did it in Lagos State, but they do it in a ritual way. That is only funny thing. They begin to kill cows. You don't need that. You just need people like Pastor Kumuyi, Adeboye. Let's trace to this land, go to Yoruba land, and you will see the thing, the turnover. The turnover will be so marvel. You don't know what prayer can break, because you don't see. That is why you don't get. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. What you see, no matter, it may not be anything very, but what you see in your mind is what you get. Let the pastor pray all over that Yoruba land and Nigeria. Get the real pastors. Real pastor. If I'm talking, I will be tribalistic. We are talking about the pastor. I believe in pastor like those who believe in their call, like Babalola, Oshitelu, then Baba Oyedepo, and all other pastors, and even the Baba of all, Adeboye, which is the I give him salute. So you just criticize and begin to talk about pastor. They are just making money. They are carrying jets. They are doing jets. At times, if you don't mind what you say as a journalist, as a human being, what you castigate, we hate you for life. That is why you begin to cause cause on yourself. Call causes on your head. By what? By mistakenly saying what you don't know. What you don't know. What you don't know. We are still developing. We are still developing. But you can anchor into their development to make yourself more developer. But by talking to them that these people, they don't have brain, they don't do this thing, then you don't have any brain. You don't have any brain. They ask you for money. Did they force you to come to church? Did they force you to go to church? Did I force you to come to my channel? Despite the fact that so many people comes and subscribe, I say thank you. But I'm not forcing you. You see, one thing is that Jonah is one of the prophets I love in the Bible. Jonah is supposed to go to Nineveh and he just look at God. God is so merciful. If he says he want to do, he want to destroy these people, he may not destroy them. So what Jonah did, Jonah now went, slept off in the ship going to Tarshish. And Tarshish is another country. He's supposed to go to that place. He was sleeping, going to another place. And there is a problem. Because of one person, there is a problem for all of the people. Because of one person, all what you're saying, you are just saying early in the morning to people's life, journalists, you are destroying them. You are destroying them. I'm talking to you, Nigerians and all over the world. What you need is a journalist that will give hope to people. When we are growing up, when our father, iṣẹ́ yá ọmọ ogun, iṣẹ́ mà yá o, ọmọ ogun, ọmọ kìnnìkan kì í ṣáṣiṣẹ́, ọmọ ogun kì í ṣọ̀lẹ, ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbẹ́rù o, Olúwa ń bẹ fún wa ẹ tẹra mọ́ṣẹ́ o. And you can see that time, the kind of gesture from Awolowo, from people from Ogun State, Anikulapo Kuti families, Obasanjo, all of them, they are ready to work. You don't give people morale again. And if you are a soldier, you are a military, you just what you said every day is just that you are being conquered. You can never win that battle. No matter how it happened. When I was arrested one day, I usually use that story. Nobody, all my friends just left me. They begin to talk. He just talk anyhow. And I called like two friends who are now senator and some. I called them that these people are responsible. Say, what do you do? I don't like talking because, they will not talk because politicians don't want to tarnish their image because they believe that maybe I do something wrong. And I begin to mix music inside the vehicle, police vehicle, that I just want to say, Baba, oh, shit. Well, everybody are complaining. Those drug addicts, the drug baron, the agbiros, they are complaining. I was just singing happy because nothing will happen to me that will be so gomanic like you. Yeah, because Yorùbá ní kú wọlé awolo lásán òfò sẹ́ńtì òní nǹkan. All what they have collected before they reach the junction, they park in the middle of the road. I say, man, come down. You are speaking in my language. I don't speak. I'm just praising God. How many times do I want to tell you this thing? I say, I was just praising God. Say, are you a pastor? I said, no. But I believe in pastor. Mo gbàgbọ́ nínú àṣẹ ìpè. Mo dẹ̀ gbàgbọ́ pé Ọlọ́run ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀. Now, we want to release you out of these people. Then we take all the people. But if you want to release me, say, because these people are different from you. Because I don't give, even my spirit went that. But no, don't allow that to happen to you in Nigeria. Don't let any journalist cause commotion in your mind. Relax, see what the Lord will do. My name still remains Afolabi Olaoluwadeyemi Sunday. Afolabi Olaoluwadeyemi Sunday. If I'm truly saying, you will know. You will see what the Lord will do. Don't just give yourself, don't allow bad input into your life because they begin to say that, begin to accept it. Your voice is your password. Remember, your voice is your password. Say, olórí burúkú ní Nigeria ò lè dá mọ́. Títí ẹ ló ń sọ yẹn o, not for me. I own here, I own Nigeria. Ọba ba lórí ohun gbogbo ni. Thank you, God bless you.